Yeah, so I found something really interesting I wanted to share with you guys. Um, I was watching Casey on Enter the Stars, was talking about time travel and stuff, one of his latest videos. And he mentioned a show called The Time Tunnel from the 60s, a TV show, which I remember watching when I was a kid. And so that started me thinking about, I decided to watch an episode of it. And I started watching it, and I saw that one of the stars' name was Robert Colbert. And for some reason, that made me curious to find out if he was related to Stephen Colbert, knowing how, the whole satanic Hollywood thing runs and everything, and especially because it's, time tunnel, whatever. So I got online to find out if they were related. It turns out they weren't related, but what I did find out very interesting was that Stephen Colbert's father was killed in an airplane crash, along with two of his brothers. Now, it was a family of 11, and two of his brothers got killed, so that went from 11 to 9. Oh, the plane crashed on September 11th, on 9/11/1974. So that's what got me interested. September 11th, 1974, a plane crash. Went from 11 kids in the family to 9. And if you can see this, the pilots had been engaged in an off-topic discussion about the Arabs taking over our country. The important and pertinent conversation the pilots were engaged in before the crash actually led to a new FAA rule, the Sterile Cockpit Rule, which prohibits pilots from engaging in non-essential activities during critical phases of flight. So, they were talking about Arabs and then made a new FAA rule. So there's some pretty interesting stuff. Now, also I found it interesting, the airplane was a DC-9, and there were 11 survivors. So there's another 9/11. It was 1974, so that's 74 makes 11. So there's 9/11/11. And what else? Yeah, I found out too after that crash, Stephen Colbert got very interested in Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings. So we know about that kind of stuff. Also, the family were very Catholic, devout Catholics. So there's a lot of little dots there to connect. And I just found it really kind of interesting. In this supernatural world that we live in with dates and numbers and times and everything. It was 7:34 in the morning when it crashed, so I don't know what that number means. But Stephen Colbert's birthday is the 13th of May, 1964. So 13 is a good number for his birthday. So I'm sure there's more in there for people who are better at connecting these dots than me, but I think that's a pretty good start. And I don't know if anybody else, if you guys, it seems to me that somebody else who does a lot of this kind of research probably already found this. I did a quick little search on YouTube to see if I could find anybody else talking about this, but I couldn't. I don't know if Casey's found this out. I'm going to try to get this to him. He's got so many videos, I don't know if he's ever talked about this before, if he's aware of it. But anyway, yeah, Stephen Colbert's father was killed on 9/11, Flight 212, 1974. So, pretty interesting. A lot of 9s and 11s there. 11 survivors. Went from 11 kids to 9 kids. So, and then the conversation about the Arabs taking over the country in the cockpit, which led to the crash. So there's a little weird connection there. All right, I'm gonna have some more coming. The Lord's been revealing a lot of stuff to me lately. I feel like I should share some of it. So for now, that's all. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.